What began as an ordinary morning rapidly turned into a horrific event that left this guy doubting reality itself. It all started when Mark observed unusual flickering lights in his refrigerator. Concerned, he began filming the weird phenomena in the hopes of capturing some explanation for the incomprehensible. From a distance, he noticed the bathroom light flicker. As he entered the bathroom, he was greeted by the sound of rushing water. The sink tap was on full blast, despite Mark being certain that he had not left it running. He immediately closed the tap and walked away, but was followed by a loud pounding noise when the door closed behind him. Fearing the worst, Mark rushed outside to find his girlfriend, desperate to make sense of the escalating events.
I said, look, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to keep filming because I don't know what to expect.
After a tense discussion, Mark summoned the courage to return to his home, braving the unsettling silence that now permeated the air. What he witnessed inside shattered his nerves. His once orderly kitchen was now in chaos, with chairs overturned and cabinets pushed open as if ransacked by an unseen force. Mark rushed outdoors, terrified by the unfathomable horrors in his own house. But after 2 excruciating hours, motivated by a mix of curiosity and terror, he returned, prepared to confront whatever sinister spirit hid in the darkness. Mark searched through every room with only his phone, his pulse hammering with each step. However, he discovered no indication of an invader or anyone who could have caused the chaos. It wasn't until later, when he reviewed the footage, that the true horror revealed itself. Mark's spine tingled when he noticed a terrifying figure's head hanging upside down in the corner of his daughter's bedroom door frame. What was this thing, and how had it invaded his house undetected? Mark was left with the unsettling idea that certain things are beyond understanding, and that monsters lie just outside our vision. The journey took place into the depths of a Spanish jungle near Campdevànol, where a group of explorers came across an encounter that challenged reality. As darkness fell over the woods and the air became thick with mystery, our explorers ventured deeper into the unknown. The travelers were following through the underbrush when they saw something unusual. A bald, bare-skinned person with eyes that burned like embers in the dark. It was crouching behind a shrub, observing them. The sight of this peculiar creature stopped them in their tracks. Time appeared to stand still as the monster slowly turned its head, meeting eyes with the terrified travelers. Fear grabbed their hearts, and without hesitation, they turned and ran, their footsteps ringing across the silent forest. As the echoes of their encounter faded into the night, the explorers were left with more questions than answers. This is the horrific story of a little shop where an apparently harmless piñata took on a life of its own, shocking the owner.
We would arrive in the morning, open the store, and this specific piñata was lying on the floor. On the next day, this same piñata would be on the floor again. Then what started to happen is that, in the morning, it would be somewhere else, far from where we left it.
Puzzled by the piñata's nightly exploits, the shopkeeper installed CCTV cameras to solve the riddle. Then, one fateful night, a notice appeared on his phone. Motion detected in the shop. What he saw made his blood run cold. A strange, elongated clown-like face with enormous blazing eyes and 3 strands of hair in front of its face rising from a pile of stuffed toys. The creature's presence defied logic, its disturbing gaze cutting through the shop's darkness to the CCTV camera. Disturbed by the increasing occurrences, Mario sought aid from a shaman by removing the piñata. Later, a fresh piñata was captured, spinning at an abnormal pace. While Mario was creating a box in his shop, the unplugged and dormant drill unexpectedly sprung to action, injuring Maria's foot. It seemed as if invisible hands manipulated its strength for malevolent purposes.
I ordered a similar piñata to try to use as a kind of replacement for the original piñata. hoping that it would reduce the frequency of events.
Mario's efforts to calm the ghost appeared unsuccessful. CCTV footage caught the piñata tumbling mysteriously before being carried out of frame by an invisible force. As night falls over the shop, Mario remains cautious against the unknown, a monument to the eternal conflict between light and darkness. What do you think of Mario's plight? Please let me know in the comments below. In this story, we delve into the eerie depths of an abandoned nursing home, where two brave investigators captured chilling evidence of the paranormal. Deep within the shadows of forgotten hallways, where echoes of the past murmur in the stillness, our investigators set out on a mission to find the truth that lay hidden within. As soon as they entered the laundry room, their equipment began to detect electronic voice occurrences. It seemed as if a little girl replied to their inquiries with, "Yeah."
It's the washroom, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moving along the dilapidated stairs, one of the men noticed movement on the landing above, a brief glimpse of somebody moving. The investigators moved up the steps. The ghostly figure appeared to walk away, vanishing behind a solid wall, leaving the investigators astonished by what they had experienced. According to a paranormal expert, such events are generally indications of leftover energy stuck in the fabric of a location due to unfinished business or unresolved emotions. Armed with their recordings and memories of the encounter, the detectives pieced a terrifying puzzle, each piece adding to the obscure mystery of the abandoned nursing home. We are about to uncover a disturbing story from the confines of a 911 dispatch station, where a single dispatcher became caught in a series of increasing paranormal encounters beyond explanation. In the middle of the night, while emergency calls echoed through the walls, one dispatcher's usual shift took a turn for the unknown. Night after night, the paranormal activity increased. Knocks on empty doors, whispering in the air, and short sightings of shadows moving where no one was. Then, on one harrowing night, she saw it. A tall, dark figure standing behind the wall. Only parts of its body were covered, except for its shoulders. She shouted in horror, and the figure fled into the darkness of the break room. With shaky hands, she locked herself in the office and urgently called the police to examine the premises. When the police came, they found no evidence of an intruder, no traces of forced entry. There is no proof of anyone else present in the building. As the night drew to a close, the dispatcher was left grappling with the chilling reality of what she had experienced. The unanswered question is, what walked those hallways that night? In this video, we delve into a spine-tingling occurrence from Japan, where a seemingly harmless event transforms into a nightmare beyond understanding. In the tranquil solitude of her room, a little girl brushed her hair in front of a mirror that reflected her every movement. As she brushes, she looks over her shoulder and meets the camera's gaze with naive interest. But what comes next baffles logic. The reflection in the mirror pauses for a few unnerving seconds after the girl turns away. As we conclude this tale from the depths of Japanese tradition, remember that mirrors reflect more than just our physical appearance. On a typical day, Elijah danced to his heart's joy while his father recorded the precious moment on camera. Elijah's joyous motions came to an abrupt end. His attention was fixed on something invisible by the camera lens. Moments later, unaware to his father's attention, Elijah resumed his dance as if nothing had interrupted him. Days passed before Elijah's father reviewed the film. To his surprise, a faint figure of another child stood behind Elijah where he had briefly glanced. The conclusion hit hard. Their house, sitting above the graves of the fallen, possessed mysteries that went beyond the living world.
Built over a former cemetery, because a lot of times they don't get all the bodies up and out.
The father says he observed strange occurrences echoed through the halls as the nights grew longer, including whispers, fleeting shadows, and an inexplicable sense of an unseen presence. As we complete this frightening story, one question remains. Was Elijah's dance disrupted by a playful ghost from beyond, or by something more sinister? A horrifying paranormal encounter awaits you deep within Hollow Grove Manor, a location trapped in time and filled with ghostly whispers. Meet John, a curious soul drawn to the wonders buried beneath its crumbling walls. John has heard stories of strange occurrences in these hallways. Whispers echoed long after the last inhabitants had gone into the mists of time. It was then that he saw it. A fleeting glimpse, a childlike figure with a face as gray as the stone itself, peering at him from behind a wall. Confusion and terror filled John as he continued forward, desperate to discover the truth about this mysterious presence. With each sighting, the figure appeared to tease him, disappearing into thin air whenever he neared. With his heart hammering, John raced into the room where the person had last been seen, only to discover emptiness and an unsettling silence that chilled him to the bone. Had his imagination misled him in this abandoned spot, or was there a genuine spirit hiding inside these walls? A regular evening in Emily's room, tucked with her treasured toys and fantasies, would quickly devolve into a terrible encounter with malicious spirits. Emily, playing with her dolls, unknowing to the person that appears quietly by her dresser, filmed only by the watchful eye of her CCTV camera. Emily had no idea that a presence she couldn't see would soon disrupt her peaceful playtime. Curiosity brought Emily to the strange light beneath her bed, unknowing of the evil presence lurking in the shadows. Emily kneels down and reaches beneath her bed, turning off the toy. A frightening sensation takes her as she is violently dragged beneath the bed, her muffled sobs ringing around the room. Emily's panicked calls for aid broke the quiet and brought her mother to the scene. Emily's mother enters the room, terrified. She quickly checked beneath the bed from where her daughter had crawled out. Emily found relief in a mother's embrace, escaping the dread that had trapped her, leaving an unforgettable experience in her little heart. Some stories defy explanation, remaining in the realm of the unknown. And so, echoes of Emily's experience keep echoing through the shadows. Late one moonlit night, three friends were traveling a lonesome road when their journey home took an unexpected turn. The three friends, connected by years of friendship and shared adventures, had no idea of the frightening encounter that awaited them. Then, on the side of the road, they saw a sight that left them confused to this day. An enormous, wolf-like creature, its eyes glinting in the faint light of the headlights. They stared in horror as the beast wandered towards the side of the road, vanishing into the dense, swaying grass. Curiosity and discomfort grasped at their senses, driving them to investigate the strange figure that had faded into the darkness. But quickly as it emerged, the thing vanished into the darkness, leaving just an awful silence behind. A spine-chilling howl, haunting and echoing through the night, penetrated their resolve, sending them scurrying to the shelter of their car.
Right, get in the car now, Tom. Let's get in. Oh my God.
With hearts beating and brains whirling with disbelief, they sped away from that lonesome stretch of road, forever changed by the phantom encounter that had destroyed their sense of reality. Once observed, some mysteries leave an indelible mark on those who dare to journey into the unknown. Thank you for watching Fright Myself. Before you leave, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to always stay up to date with my future videos.